In this video, we're going to help you update your virtual background in Microsoft Teams to better reflect your brand so that you can show off your style and ditch those boring backgrounds. Coming up right after this. Hello and welcome to the Invincible Success channel, where we help you have more confidence, purpose, and impact so that you can grow your influence, impact, and income. My name is Mark Steele, and if this is your first time visiting the channel, I encourage you to click on that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when more videos come available. Chances are you've been having lots of virtual calls on Microsoft Teams or other platforms of your choosing. And early on in the lockdown, you might have just searched for the safest spot in your house that is devoid of distractions and just has something behind you. Chances are you might have picked standing in front of one of these. Or my personal favorite, you've seen an awful lot of them, are these. Well, that's another bookshelf. But one that you see all the time is, well, the point is, it's that we see an awful lot of bookshelves behind us, right? But why not take advantage of that real estate in your Teams window in order to show off your company logo, or at the very least, help your customers understand what it is that you can do for them and reflect your organization's style. Now, what we want to do is we're going to create your own custom image using Microsoft PowerPoint, and then we are going to upload that into Teams and use that at your next meeting. So let's go ahead and see how we do that. Before we even get into Microsoft Teams, we need an image. So we're going to pop into PowerPoint and create an image that we can use as our background. I'm using PowerPoint, but you can use whatever image creator, image editor that you have available to you. It's super quick and easy in Microsoft PowerPoint, so let's use that. You'll see I just need to create a slide, a 16:9 slide. I have created several template slides here just to show you. Use whatever branding is appropriate for you. This is my branding here. You'll see that this is just a plain gray background. Again, I'm not suggesting colors for you. You decide what color choices are going to work best for you. And we'll create a second one that's just an image that if you don't have a company logo to put in, maybe you want to create a graphic or some text that you can just drop in there. Again, it needs to fit your brand, your organization's style. Well, let's start off with a blank slate here, a blank template on the PowerPoint. Choose whatever background color is most appropriate for you. I do suggest doing a slightly lighter color, and that way when you're using it as a virtual background, if you use a super dark one, sometimes that can appear a little more fake, if you will, inside of Teams. So you may have better success with a lighter background. Now, once you have the slide, you just go ahead and drop in your logo. So I'm going to grab an image from my device here that is my logo, place it on the side, whichever side of the slide makes the most sense for you, appropriately size it. This, of course, does mean that you're going to need to scoot off to one side or the other to make room for your logo. And again, if you don't have one, then instead you can just go up, choose from some of the online pictures, and maybe I just want to talk about getting results. In order to do that, I want to show a graph that is going up in growth, and so I'll go ahead and just do a search on
in online pictures here, find something that I'm looking for. I like this graph. I'll select it and click Insert. It drops it in, and I'll just resize it to fit my needs. If this isn't on the color that I want it to be, if this isn't on brand, once I've selected it, you'll see that I have the option to go under picture format here, and I can choose a different color. Maybe I want it darker, maybe I want to change it to red or orange, again, whatever the appropriate style. I could even go in under more variations and choose from a full range of colors. Once I've got that looking the way that I want, I may also want to add in some text. So I'm just dropping in a text box here, and let's say get results today. Of course, that doesn't appear in any way engaging, so I'm going to choose perhaps a bold font, and we want to kick it up in size. I may want to center it under the graphic, whatever suits you. And if I want to change the colors, since I recently picked that, I can pull from my recent color list, or I can use the eyedropper and actually pull it from the graphic itself. Whichever is going to work best for you, go ahead and do that. Now that I have the graphic the way that I want, I just need to save it out as an image file so that I can pull it into Microsoft Teams. The way that I do that is by selecting the slide and clicking on the File menu, Save a Copy, and instead of saving it as PowerPoint, instead you can save it as a JPEG file. This is the folder I want to drop it into. I'll just call that back 4 because I have a few in there already. Once I click save, it'll ask me, do I want to create an image file of all of the slides in the presentation or just this one? And I want just that one image file. I am going to grab this one as well, just so you see, again, click on File, Save a Copy, change it to JPEG, and give it a name. So we'll call that back 5. And save just this one. Now that I have the two images, let's switch over to Teams and add it in so that you can see it you can use it inside of Teams. The way that you add your own custom virtual backgrounds inside of Teams is by going into a Teams meeting. If you want to go ahead and just click inside of Teams, do a Meet Now so that you're in a meeting for one. Then once you're inside that meeting, go ahead and click on the ellipse from the toolbar. The 3 dots, if you hover over it, it says More Actions. You get that drop-down menu, and a little more than halfway down, you'll see Apply Background Effects, and that's where we're going to upload our image. Go ahead and click on Background Effects. You'll see the pre-saved files that Microsoft gives you. You can choose from any one of these backgrounds, but we created our own because we wanted it to represent our logo and our brand. So we're going to go ahead and add new and just navigate to the appropriate folder where you saved those images from PowerPoint. There's the back 4, and let's add in the back 5 as well. If I scroll down, you'll see that both of those files are now there. I'll go ahead and select it. Let's select that particular one. And once I have it selected, I can apply. I could take a look at a preview beforehand, but now that I've got it there, you'll see an interesting thing happening inside of Teams where it actually appears reversed to you. Have no fear. what the participants, what your audience is actually seeing is the logo the right way, but your view of yourself is actually mirrored inside of Teams. But just as we see here, this is what the participants, your customers, your clients, that's what they're seeing. They're seeing it in the right way. One quick note while we're here, you'll see that around, now that I'm using a virtual background, there is slightly haloing around me, where if I turn my head or if I move my hand quickly, you'll see that some of the background shines through. Microsoft Teams actually does a great job of grabbing you and separating you using the virtual background, but the more differentiation that you can have from your background, the better job that it will do, which means that if you're light-skinned with light hair, don't sit in front of a white or cream-colored background, because the technology will have a really hard time separating you from the background. My suggestion is to find a slightly darker color that doesn't match your skin tone, doesn't match the clothes that you're wearing, for the best results. And that's again why I suggested using a lighter virtual background, so that you can have a darker real background. And if you're wearing some colors, your face colors are different from your background, you'll have more success using virtual backgrounds.
And there you go. You created your own custom image inside of PowerPoint or some other image tool and quickly uploaded it into Microsoft Teams. Now you are on brand and you are showing your customers what it is that you can do for them. If you found this video helpful, please do hit the like button so that others can find this video as well. There's more great videos coming up, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I hope you reach invincible success.